Hey guys, welcome back to Rolling Bond. This is the second part of Hell News of this episode, so let's get into it. Another thing that has to do with Austin Dillon's crew, Brandon Bensky will be suspended 3 races for the audio from the end of the race where he was talking to Austin Dillon. If you haven't heard it, listen here.
Coming down, run him down, back in, come on, back here!
From that clip, pretty much Brandon is telling Austin Dillon to wreck 11 with a high intensity in his voice to get down quick after wrecking in 22. Now, Austin Dillon did deny that he ever heard this. He kind of was so zoned in on getting to the finish line, he never was really paying attention to what was getting heard through his radio, which would have been Brandon telling him to go wreck the 11. Richard Trillis also denied the allegations, and he was saying that it was AI that did it. That was crazy, man. There is a good chance that Richard Trillis never heard what Brandon was saying because they do have multiple radios going off. But he has suspended 3 races. Look, man, whether or not it really mattered what he said, he still said it. There was still intent. The crew on the radios also, they wanted Austin Dillon to pretty much wreck these guys or do whatever it took. And he did. But it was so bad that even Brandon was admitting to saying those words. He even told the 11 spotter that he did it and he had to do it. So it's not a great look for him all around. And now Austin Dillon loses him for 3 races. Daytona's probably the most important one out of those, his best chance to win, and he will have his full-time normal spotter for that race. I'm not saying it's going to hurt his chances, but having your full-time guy is probably better than having a guy that you are just trying to get used to. But at least they'll have 1 race at Michigan to hopefully get that figured out for Daytona. But yeah, this overall just stinks for Austin Dillon and their team. All this stuff they did, and NASCAR hammers them down. Rightfully so, though. Last thing. Joey Logano has been fined $50,000 for the NASCAR member code of conduct on pit road. If you haven't seen what Joey did, here's a clip. Yeah, that's not a great look for Joey Logano. But look, he was mad. And he was rightfully so to be mad. Now look, you just can't be doing that stuff on pit road. It's dangerous. The people that were on pit road, that was Austin Dillon's family. His wife, his friends, his children. They were trying to get across the pit road while cars were moving to go say hi to Austin Dillon. So it's not a great look. He kind of revs his engine, goes towards them. But it looks like it's under control in my opinion. That's still a terrible look. There's Johnny Morrison there too. There's different angles. It's a terrible look. It's not a great look for Joey Logano. Some people thought he should have got fined like $100,000, which maybe he should have. But I think NASCAR realized why he was so angry, and rightfully so. The thing, they could really just fix all this instead of having people walk across, which I heard from Danny Hamlin that people besides like NASCAR officials and maybe NASCAR media people are really even allowed to be on the pit road at that time when cars are still rolling. So I'm not sure why. I was hearing that the rule kind of has been loosened up. They really could just go back to having victory lane interviews. They having the driver get out of the car and interview in the front stretch where all the fans are. I understand why they did it because it was a way for the fans to celebrate with the driver. They could just go back to victory lane interviews, and you will have people like Austin Dillon's family trying to cross to go see him. Instead, they'll just be waiting at victory lane to celebrate where they should be celebrating. But look, it's still a bad look. It's a bad look for Joey. And I think he knows it. That NASCAR official, I mean, he was laying the smacking down Joey, scolding him for sure. He ain't playing around. I do believe from this, I think NASCAR will tighten up their security there and make sure that doesn't happen again and they're not in that situation. But that's all I got for that. Well, thank you guys for watching. This is part 2, the end of part 2. Hope you guys enjoy. Give me your thoughts on all this stuff. Stay tuned to shorts and content from all this. Besides that, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.